temporary solution for Americans depending on SNAP benefits. The food insecurity crisis this November.
This Tuesday, the state of Virginia will make history by electing its first female governor. We have the details coming up.
What's in store for a long-time Thanksgiving tradition with some new additions. All these stories and more as Kent Stater TV News starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening and welcome back to Kent Stater TV News. I'm Sydney Brown.
And I'm Sophia Lena. Thank you for joining us on your Monday evening.
Well, the Trump administration announced today it will provide partial SNAP food assistance benefits this November amid current government shutdown.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture said it will tap $4.65 billion from its contingency fund.
For more on the ongoing government shutdown, we go to CNN's Karen Kafa.
As the U.S. government shutdown approaches record length, SNAP benefit recipients,
I don't know how much longer I can last.
and government workers remain in limbo.
By not having our paychecks, we have a 2-year-old, and so it really has impacted our ability to just ensure that we're covering all of our bills.
Facing a Monday deadline from a federal judge in Rhode Island, the Trump administration said it would fund half of November SNAP benefits using contingency funds. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Sunday full benefits can be restored if Democrats drop demands for an extension of federal health care subsidies and vote to pass the GOP funding bill to end the shutdown.
Democrats are in the middle of a civil war, and they should just open the government. That is the easiest way to do this.
Some Democrats argue President Donald Trump should do more to break the stalemate.
Cutting down the East Wing to build a ballroom, he should be at the table negotiating with Democrats to reopen the government.
Trump, in an interview with CBS's 60 Minutes, again encouraged Senate Republicans to ditch the chamber's 60-vote rule to force an end to the shutdown, an idea GOP leadership has rejected.
The Republicans have to get tougher. If we end the filibuster, we can do exactly what we want. We're not going to lose power.
Meanwhile, Monday saw more delays in lines at the nation's airports. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said some air traffic controllers have called in sick in protest of having to work without pay, while others are taking time off to work other jobs until government paychecks restart. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Police are still looking for suspects in a shooting that left 9 people injured at an Airbnb. The shooting took place early Sunday morning in Bath Township. Most of the attendees at the party were under 18-year-olds, and the victims include both minors and adults who were taken to the hospital. No one has been taken into custody, and Bath Township police are encouraging witnesses to come forward as they continue to search for suspects.
In preparation for Election Day, Kent Stater TV has an overview of the local races in Kent and surrounding counties. Kent has a handful of choices for voters tomorrow. 3 council at-large seats are available for 6 candidates. Kent City School District School Board has 3 open seats and 4 candidates. The city is asking for a tax renewal to maintain and operate the fire station west of the Erie Railroad and for approval of 6 changes to the city charter. Jack Amrine, a Democrat, is running unopposed for mayor.
For Summit County, residents will vote on 2 issues: a tax levy for the county alcohol, drug addiction, and mental health service boards, and a proposed charter amendment dealing with property taxes. In local races, Steve Rector and Barry Shefford are competing for mayor of New Franklin, while Dan Walters is running unopposed for mayor in Cuyahoga Falls. Voters will still also elect school board members, township trustees, and other local officials.
In Cuyahoga County, mayoral races are set in Cleveland, East Cleveland, and Cleveland Heights. Incumbent Mayor Justin Bibb is up for re-election against challenger Laverne Gore. 5 school districts have levies on the ballot. Garfield Heights City School is asking for an emergency operating levy. Other operating levies are on the ballot for Parma, Richmond Heights, South Euclid, Lyndhurst, and Shaker Heights.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
All right, you guys, it's already getting darker outside by the time we're on air.
Yeah, daylight savings, we saw that us move back on Sunday. pretty cool. You know, it's that time of the year, starting to get closer to winter.
That's right.
But you might be thinking right now, it feels a little more like maybe like 7:05-ish, but actually it's only 6:05. And currently it's 49 degrees where we are right now. Clear skies should be clear for the most of the night. We saw mostly clear skies today, although there was a little bit of a spurt of where there was like a lot of some dark clouds, and it rained for like about 10 minutes. Wasn't too bad, but the humidity is 52% right now, and there's a little bit of some wind outside, but it's overall a clear night. And it should continue for the most part for the rest of the night. As you can see the hourly forecast, it's going to cool down a little bit, go down to about 43 degrees. For the most part, it's going to be a very cool night, but it's going to be very clear. We shouldn't expect any type of rain or anything like that. And then for tomorrow, we can expect to be cloudy in the morning. And it's going to be more of a partly cloudy day, but for the most part, it's going to be very similar to what we saw today. We should expect sunrise around 7 a.m. And expect a full moon tomorrow night, but it's going to be mostly cold and pretty calm. It's going to be a little bit cloudy for the most part. And it's going to be a relatively very similar day to what we saw yesterday. But you can expect the rest of the night to be cold and clear but dry. Now let's go back to Sydney and Sophia with more news updates.
Thank you, Ryan. Kent State has launched a new online reporting website for students to flag potential faculty violations of Senate Bill 1, the new state law requiring universities to handle classroom discussions differently.
Yeah, the law, which went into effect this semester, aims to ensure university courses and discussions stay focused on approved learning outcomes and avoid unrelated political or ideological commentary.
Administrators say the new system is designed to uphold transparency and accountability across campus.
If someone's teaching about physics and brings up something not related to physics, or expresses some kind of opinion about something political, let's say, that has no relationship to the course objectives, then that might be a concern someone would bring up.
Kent State University Provost Melody Tankersley said the university approach is focusing on education over punishment. She said that every report will be reviewed through a multi-step process, allowing both students and faculty to share their perspectives before any decision is made.
Any kind of violation against that would have layers of discussion, understanding what went wrong, how to have an action plan to not do it again, or to understand, to get support and maybe training. And so there would be a lot of different kinds of ways we would address someone who's in violation of that.
Provost Tankersley says the university will continue working with faculty to clarify how Senate Bill 1 fits into course instruction. She says Kent State remains committed to protecting academic freedom and encouraging open conversation in the classroom.
I don't see this as a threat to academic freedom. I stand firmly on academic freedom. And I don't see this Senate Bill 1 as a violation of academic freedom, because what we're always required to do is teach to our knowledge base, teach to the learning outcomes of a course. So our academic freedom to teach and deliver our degrees exactly as we did before Senate Bill 1 is.
Kent State Provost says faculty members can reach out to the Center for Teaching and Learning for help navigating these new guidelines or reporting concerns.
Kent State officials say they'll continue monitoring how Senate Bill 1 will impact classrooms statewide. KSTV will also continue to follow the updates. While Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was in Cleveland this morning to address violence in the city, in a live stream he addressed a partnership with state, local, and federal officials to reduce violent crime beside Mayor Justin Bibb. DeWine pointed to crime from repeat offenders in response to a shooting last night where 5 people were shot in Cleveland within hours of each other.
Cleveland businessman and town hall owner Bobby George was sentenced to probation after pleading guilty to an attempted strangulation charge today. The 44-year-old was charged after his ex-girlfriend filed a police report accusing him of violent assault that caused her to be hospitalized. George was indicted and sentenced to 5 years of probation based on an agreement made by prosecutors and his defense team.
If you're feeling a bit sleepy today, there's a chance it isn't because of the time change. We'll have more in our Health Minute.
With Election Day approaching, New York is set to elect a new mayor. KSTV election coverage as we continue.
Is it okay over there? Is that good?
Jackie boy, look, we have bbeen through a lot together.
Right up before this rain, this rain goes away. Well, it's just,
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and...
I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone.
You think you're just checking your messages or telling a friend you're on your way. They could be the last words you ever type. Make sure you get where you're going.
The FDA conducts a thorough analysis to ensure that prescription drugs are only approved after 3 phases of clinical trials have shown they are high quality, safe, and work as they should.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Despite it being an off-year election, there are many races around the country Kent Stater TV is following.
And our reporter Kayla Gleason is in studio to break down some notable candidacies and headlines. Good evening, Kayla. What do you have for us?
Good evening, Sydney and Sophia. Yes, we're heading into Tuesday's elections with a lot of close races between candidates. But first, today is day 35 of the federal government shutdown, tying it for the longest shutdown in U.S. history with the incident in 2018 regarding funding for President Trump's border wall. While hopeful discussions continue, there have been no obvious signs of an end in sight. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson hopes tomorrow's local elections may help.
I hope the election tomorrow is a change, a sea change in all this. I hope that after everybody votes and they go in their room and they make the calculation that, well, maybe we won't have to hold that line anymore. Maybe they won't punish us. Maybe it won't affect turnout in our states in these elections. Maybe after tomorrow they'll come to their common senses again and do the right thing.
One of the bigger elections tomorrow, the race for New York City mayor. The 2 candidates leading the election are New York State Assembly member Zohran Mamdani and former New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo. Mamdani defeated Cuomo in the 2025 New York City Democratic mayoral primary, but Cuomo is now running as an independent in the election. Third in the running is Republican nominee Curtis Silva.
To make a choice, not for you, but for your children and your children's children.
Positive impact in our district, and that I will serve responsibly.
It's a historical race in Virginia. The state is expected to elect its first female governor. Republican nominee Winsome Earl Sears and Democratic nominee Abigail Spanberger are in a close race ahead of Tuesday's election. Earl Sears has focused her campaign on transgender policies in schools, while Spanberger has campaigned on the cost of living. The most recent polls show Spanberger with a slight lead. That's all I have for you on politics today. KSTV will have more election coverage for our election show tomorrow. For KSTV News, I am Kayla Gleason.
After a cold but mostly dry Halloween, let's take a look at what we can expect for this upcoming first week of November. So currently right now throughout the Ohio area, it's around 55 degrees down in Cincinnati, but Athens, Columbus, it's all around 50 degrees. Up where we are, it's around that 50-degree mark. So for the most part, as you look around our area, it's going to be around the same for the most part. But as you go a little bit closer towards us, it's going to be a little bit colder towards where we are, around that 49-degree mark. Pretty much everywhere is around the same for the most part. It's going to be a lot of that clearer rest of the night we're going to expect. It's going to be a little bit windy, but it's going to be not that bad tonight. But as we look forward to our rest of our week, it's going to be a little bit rainy on Wednesday, so look out for that. But Thursday is not going to be that bad. It's going to be a little bit colder, but Friday is also going to be rain. It's going to be showers throughout the entire day. But as we go towards our weekend, it's going to be a little bit more of a rainy one, and we can expect that to be off and on throughout most of the day on both Saturday and Sunday. But then on Monday, we are possibly looking at a potential snow day, or potential first day of snow. Not too much snow expected, maybe an inch at most, but it is a possibility, and I think it would probably melt for most of the day. It might just kind of happen in the morning, and then eventually it's going to melt. But for the most part, it's going to be a very rainy and snowy week. But watch out next Monday, as we might get our first day of snow of the year. Make sure you are prepared, but stay safe. And now let's go back to our anchors, Sydney and Sophia, for the rest of your Monday newscast.
Thank you, as always, Ryan. Well, if you're feeling fatigued today, it might not be a result of this past weekend's time change.
For more on today's health updates, we go to CNN Navigator.
Whenever the time shifts, so does your sleep routine, and it may mean you wake up sleepier than usual, but if it's a consistent problem, the fatigue and lack of energy may not be due to daylight saving time.
You're giving yourself 7 to 8 hours of sleep and you're still waking up tired, you're tired during the day, then definitely looking for a sleep disorder like obstructive sleep apnea is reasonable.
Dr. Mina Khan with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says obstructive sleep apnea is a medical condition where a person's airway closes off and on during sleep. Some subtle signs of this sleeping disorder include waking up feeling tired like you haven't slept at all, having low energy, or difficulties with concentration and focus. She says more obvious symptoms are snoring, gasping during sleep, and dozing off during the day.
There's severe obstructive sleep apnea, has been associated with development of high blood pressure, heart issues, strokes, and memory problems.
Khan says there are several ways to treat obstructive sleep apnea, the most common being the use of a CPAP device, which works by delivering pressurized air into the sleeping person to keep the airway open. If you suspect this sleep disorder, a doctor can have you tested.
It is done with a sleep study. There is a home sleep study that is used mainly to diagnose obstructive sleep apnea. So not everybody has to come into the sleep lab and sleep overnight.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Yesterday, the Pittsburgh Steelers welcomed in Daniel Jones in the white-hot Indianapolis Colts. Stay with us for your Kent Stater Sports Report.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
What's up, NFL fans? Quarterback Josh Dobbs here. You may know me as the Pastronaut.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing, and getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Space isn't just for the astronauts.
It's for all of us. It's not just for engineers like myself.
It's for teachers,
students,
designers, mechanics,
scientists,
and millions of football fans across the world.
3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time. I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time.
Is going to all those live concerts really such a bad thing? Hey, no judgment, but today, 1 in 4 people over 20 have signs of noise-induced hearing loss. So let's boogie and get those ears checked.
Hey, did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Good evening, Portage County. I'm Gage Drummond, and today marks the home opener for the Kent State men's basketball team, tipping off in just over 30 minutes. So let's start over in the MAC Center. The Flashes will welcome in a team from the Sun Belt Conference and the Troy Trojans. Now, KSU has a lot to be excited about in this one, as the team has never lost a home opener under head coach Rob Senderoff. This year will be pretty interesting for Sendy and the Flashes, as they'll be counting on young talent to replace the holes left by graduating players like Von Cameron Davis and Jalen Sullinger. Tip-off will be at 7, and you can watch on ESPN+. Also, over in Harrisonburg, Virginia, the Kent State women's basketball team is currently playing their first game of the season against the James Madison Dukes. Now, last year, this team finished with a 21-12 record and lost in the second round of the MAC tournament, coming up short against the Ball State Cardinals. Those Cardinals are pesky, pesky, pesky. Look out for preseason All-MAC team member and junior guard Maya Babbitt to lead the Flashes to victory. If you want to check out the action for the remainder of the game, head over to ESPN+. Well, as 2 seasons start tonight, 1 season ended on Saturday. The Kent State soccer team was eliminated from the Mid-American Conference by the Ball State Cardinals. This game had to go to 2 overtimes, as neither team was able to score in regulation. However, both teams made 4 penalty kicks. The Cardinals, I told you they're pesky, would win it on their 8th round of penalties. It's always Ball State ruining it for Kent State. Well, over in Pittsburgh, the Steelers welcomed in the white-hot 7-1 Indianapolis Colts, led by this guy, Daniel Jones, former New York Giant. He's having a career year. He barrels his way in on a 4th and goal situation for the touchdown, putting the Colts up. But then it's Aaron Rodgers, the veteran, handing off to Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren had this is his first of 2 touchdowns of Sunday's game. He barrels his way in, showing off his strength and his speed all in one play here. And then it's Aaron Rodgers, the future Hall of Famer, in the gun, finding Pat Freiermuth, the former Penn State product, for the touchdown. And then it's going to be him again. Warren on a left pitch, into the end zone for 30's second touchdown of the game, and the Steelers are giving it to Indianapolis. A lot of turnovers. I think it was about 5 turnovers for Indianapolis in this one. Daniel Jones is going to find Josh Downs, brother of Caleb Downs, but it's too little, too late, as Pittsburgh takes this one against the Colts. So everyone, I know we're pretty excited about both men and women's basketball teams starting. Sydney, I know you're heading out soon. You told me you only went to 5 basketball games. You better go to a basketball game pretty soon.
Hey, you know, I would love to. There's a great energy of all these golden flashes. I'm going to say a hot take. I think this is the best time of the year. We have
absolutely.
Football. We still have some basketball brewing up as well.
Oh, yes.
You like to go to those games too, right, Sophia?
I love it. I just can't go today, and I'm very sad about it, but it's okay.
Just not today.
Not today.
When's the first game you're going to head out there?
Oh, hopefully this Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah.
Against Cornell. That'll be a good one.
Game.
It'll be good. Well, we'll have some OSU news when we come back.
Illicit fentanyl is the deadliest drug threat that our nation has ever experienced. We lost Leo when he was only 19, killed by fentanyl he didn't even know he was taking. He was my heart, my son.
My grandson. I wish you could have met him. Such a beautiful young man. Kind, smart, funny, sweet, a great kid.
Go to ladrfoundation.org to join us in the fight against fentanyl.
Thank you.
Thank you.
brush, brushy brush, brushy brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Can you consent with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now. No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite, unearth hidden passion. Come on, we'll have a good time. Living seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic. To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall. Book can make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first thing that helps to change a life. People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Welcome back. Breaking records this year off of the field. The Ohio State University honored their beloved mascot, Brutus Buckeye, for his birthday. Nearly 2,000 people met in a university gym for the largest gathering of people wearing party hats. It was a close record to beat, according to the Guinness judges in attendance, who were looking to beat over 1,900 people in the record that was set in 2019 in the UK. OSU claimed the title for Brutus's 60th birthday.
With just a few weeks left until Thanksgiving, we got a sneak peek at the balloons that fly through the street of Manhattan. Last Saturday, volunteers had a trial run in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Mario, Pac-Man, Buzz Lightyear, and Shrek could be seen floating above the streets, being as tall as 3 to 4 stories buildings.
I just can't imagine seeing that in person.
Yeah, it must be so amazing, like so huge.
I believe it. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for Sports Corner once again at 8.
You can also find us anytime at kentstater.com. I'm Sophia Elena.
And I'm Sydney Brown. Have a great night, Portage County.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.